Craig, tell me, what have you been working on recently? What's the big thing you've been doing?
Well, it's kind of nearing the end of the rugby season, so we've had a lot of finals, Heineken Cup final and the Premiership final as well. So ITV have the Premiership highlights and the Heineken Cup highlights, the only terrestrial channel in the UK that actually does that. So the two shows are doing really well, quite a big deal in the UK for rugby fans to have that. Like the old Rugby special back in the day on BBC Two.
Nigel Starmer's
that's it,
fantastic,
it's great. Well, you know, it's the first time really that's back on, because the BBC used to do it now and again, but they never really they never really stuck to it, whereas we're really into that kind of level of rugby, club rugby, and it's going down a storm. Super. And it's great preparation for us, because our next big thing is obviously the Rugby World Cup on ITV. We're showing every match live. So I'll be presenting that from London from September, and then in October, Steve Ryder, myself, and Martin Bayfield, and a few other names, a few familiar names to Irish rugby fans, will be heading over to New Zealand.
Superb.
So I'm really looking forward to that. I've also, in my weird kind of world, I also work on kind of daytime television on ITV, Lorraine Kelly and Daybreak and that kind of thing. I know it's very odd.
What a contrast.
I know, it's very odd.
Hackers and afternoon tea.
I know, it's very odd. It's very odd.
Brilliant.
The hostile world of daytime TV. And I've quite a big new job starting in RTE when I come back from the World Cup. I think I have about a week off after the World Cup and then straight into that, which I can't really tell you about now, but I'm really excited about it.
We'll keep our eyes on
it's something that the viewers may not, the kind of thing they wouldn't have seen before.
Great.
If you kind of like the Late Late Show, but it kind of sends you off after about half an hour.
Okay.
We have something to fix that.
Fantastic. Well, we look forward to that. Just the view on the Irish team, in your opinion, because you're getting to see all these great games. We went into the last World Cup with a huge expectation. Probably overtrained, probably did the wrong warm-up games, players coming in with bruises. This time round, it seems a little bit more under the radar, it seems a little bit more grounded, and yet the provinces are playing really, really well. I mean, every time we raise our expectation to get the semi-final, we seem to fall on our face. It could be Italy, it could be Argentina. Do you think this could be the time because we're under the radar a little bit more?
I think it helps we're under the radar. I really do, because, as you said last time, really built up, and once there's any sign of things not working out, disappointment hits in, and insecurity, I'm sure, within the squad. And when you talk to some of the squad members from the last World Cup, they weren't sure about the preparations. They felt they overtrained, and then you have the Leinster game, and I've never seen a game like it in my life. They were completely all over the shop for the first half, and then the second half they just came out and completely butchered Northampton. And the feel good within that team is huge. It really is huge, and there's a lot of really good young guys coming through. What I loved about the quarter-final against Leicester, for Leinster against Leicester, and the Ireland-England game, was how the Irish team completely bamboozled the English halfbacks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Toby Flood and Ben Youngs were all over the shop. If you can do that against any side, if you can get in to that crucial combination and just disrupt them and not let them play the game, you're in on them.
Even Dan Carter.
Even Dan Carter. Well, why not? Why not? Because out of all the teams in the World Cup, most pressure is on New Zealand. And in a sense, least pressure of the top tier nations is on Ireland.
Yeah,
because people don't expect as much. Now, the Heineken Cup may have changed things a little, but all the pressure is on New Zealand. I was over in New Zealand a couple of weeks ago. I had the joy of interviewing Grant Fox in the hallowed ground that is Eden Park in Auckland. And he's excited about it, but there's a bit of tension there because they need to win it. Yeah. Now, you know, they're going to be inspired by the people and how they've rounded the wagons after the awful events in Christchurch. So sure. I think really they're going to be terribly difficult to beat, but they are the team to beat. I think Ireland can beat everybody else. Can they beat the All Blacks in the final? That's the question.
That is the question. Well, we all look forward to it, and Craig, really appreciate it on behalf of Winetimes. Thank you for being with us today.
I enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Guys.
Launch it.